Hi, everybody, and this is Mama G. Today, there's always this question. It's bugging me all the time when I'm struggling as a woman, as a mom, is my whole life, especially now in my 40 years, 44 to be honest with you guys. Um, are women cursed? So that is the question. And today, I'd like to share with you my thoughts. I did ask the help of ChatGPT to help me um, make it more eloquent, but I gave ChatGPT my thoughts at the beginning, and I also talk about this topic with a friend. We were also struggling from the very beginning. So, are we cursed? And I asked my friend if we are very being religious about this. Um, is it because in the Catholic perspective, it was Eden who started to tempt um, someone or Adam to eat the fruit, the apple. So maybe this is the curse that we've been carrying all our lives, women. And yeah, let me share. So from the moment a girl reaches puberty, her body reminds her of this curse. Monthly bleeding, pain that society tells her to bear in silence. And it's very dirty and messy. Um, Only women can understand how it is. The pain that they go through during monthly period. And not everybody has an easy monthly period. I myself had very long, very heavy flow, too much information. Before I got birth, it was like that, and pain is like all over. And maybe there's even worse out there who experience this um, monthly period that are very painful. And who knows in other parts of the world that if there's lack of water resource, and this is a very messy experience you experience on a monthly basis. um yeah, it's quite it's quite difficult. Come to think of it, you have to bear it. Yeah, there is that biological aspect to it that aggravates certain situations, like if you are in a country wherein there's lack of water resource, wherein water source or somewhere you have to walk so far away, and there's no access to sanitary napkins and all that. Somehow it also, come to think of it, I just realized um, that yeah, this is an aggravating circumstance on that aspect of having a monthly period. And also it exposes you to, well, on a positive note and a sugarcoating note, people would think, or society, like for example, I come from the Philippines, and when excuse me, when you have already your period, it's like you are now ready for reproductive health of your body. So it exposes you to another risk. So what if you get pregnant, or some things happen and you get pregnant? Yeah, so there's also that other risk of being a woman. So this is the biological aspect of it. Let me know later, if not right now because you're not in my life, but later when you see this live, it's gonna be posted on my YouTube channel, Mama G, Artifacts name Mama G. I'm your like a short break introducing myself. I am a full-time working mom. I'm originally from the Philippines, based now in Munich, Germany, and I work full-time in a corporate environment. And I went to Germany to study, and the rest is history. So yeah, so let's go through again what ChatGPT said about my how ChatGPT developed my ideas. What else? So this is the curse. Okay, so that's the biological, and then when you grow, when you have a baby, you carry the baby for 9 months, and who knows all the troubles that you could experience. Like, for example, if you're pregnant, you're not allowed. If you have a headache, you're not allowed to take medicine. I mean, I think paracetamol you can, but when I got pregnant, I didn't really take, and I always have a lot of headaches when I was pregnant, and this is the most terrible thing to bear. Having really terrible headache, and you're not even able to take any painkillers. You cannot take ibuprofen. Yeah, so yeah, that's part of the curse, I think. Yeah, but you have not thought of it because you're overjoyed because you are like, you'll have a child soon. But then, uh, that's before you know that it's gonna be so difficult later on when the child, when you have children, when they come out in this world, and it's more bigger responsibility. um yeah, but it's another story, right? So there's the childbearing, you're in labor, you like so much pain for 24. I cannot say I have not experienced that because I was not I have not done it. I opted for a cesarean because I I like the easy life. I mean, if there is a way, and this is cesarean is like, um uh it has been proven. It's an operations, medical operation has been done so many years, I think in decades or even more, or a century, even if I'm not mistaken. Let me check, but don't take my word for it. Do your own research. But I know it's been a really, really long time. Medical operation has been done, so a lot of experience is there. So I trusted the medical industry. I trusted yeah, the advancement in the technology and in the medical technology, and also in the how it has evolved into a more advanced way, the cesarean. So I opted for that, but still it's not life pain, but you're cut, cut in the middle of your tummy. And that is also something. And this is only women only experience that, and no one can ever experience that and understand that except we women. So that's another aspect of biological. So it's on us to bear a child. It's on us to give birth, and there's a pain attached to it. There's pain in menstruation. There's pain in the in giving, in childbearing, in childbirth. And also when you go, there's also that societal part. I think mentioned that there's also that societal expectations. No, there is um that you have to be pretty, you have to be thin, you have to be pretty at the same time, work your way for let's say at your work, you have to excel at the same time, not show so ambitious or something like that. So there's so women doesn't know where to put themselves, or position themselves, no. And then we there was this clamor of, to at the beginning, at the in the old times, to right to vote, right to work. And yeah, now we can work. But then again, there's also that double burden, because there's still that expectation. There is that unspoken expectation, even if your partner says, "Oh, I did not expect you to do that. You don't need to do all the work. You don't need to do everything for the family, for the house." But there is that unspoken expectation for you to be the default parent, for you to be the default home manager. At the same time, on top of that, you are working full time, for example. And I know already when I was growing up in the university, I was part of the social involvement program, wherein women in Africa, for example, who are involved in the farm. It is the women. It is the women who's doing a lot of this work. So it's double burden. They work at home. They rear the children. They wake up early, and at the same time they go to the farm. So yeah. So this is just like a discussion, no? Like If you can relate and you have opinion on it, and you can give me details or links, we can come up with a discussion. But if you agree with me that somehow women feel cursed, and then in the end when you're like 40, 44, like now I'm like perimenopausal, I feel all the symptoms, like all the it's very hot, suddenly it's very hot, or hot flushes and all that. You're very irritable, you easily get angry, you'll be annoyed to a lot of things that you are not usually annoyed about. So yeah, there is that aspect. This is again the biological, so it's always goes hand in hand. The curse of the women, the biological and the societal. Yeah. So and then when you're like me, for example, you are working full time and you are not living in your home country, because the the con or the disadvantage of having a family not in your own country, especially for a Filipino like me, is I don't have that village. They say it takes a village to raise a family, but I don't have that here. Working abroad, it's only me and my family, my little family, one child, husband, and me. Working full time, no one to help me. If you ask for like daily help, you cannot also afford it, especially in Munich. It's very expensive. Everything is expensive. Services are especially expensive. So yeah, so it's not easy. So you then have the uh, no, you don't have an option. You don't have a choice except to do it on your own, and you become so tired, and sometimes it gets overwhelming, and it's easily to get burned out. Yeah, so yeah, it's not easy, and also on top of it, marriage is not easy. But that's another topic, right? So yeah, so let's continue with how ChatGPT um uh developed my initial idea. So, from the moment the girl reaches puberty, her body reminds her of this curse. Monthly bleeding, pain that society tells her to bear in silence. Pregnancy, the miracle of life, but also the burden of risk, pain, and sometimes even death. That's true. You could also die during childbirth or having so much pain, like what I said already. Menopause, the body changing again, stripping away hormones, energy, and youth in ways men never face. Women's biology is not just different, it's demanding, punishing, relentless. And yet the world calls it natural. So there, ChatGPT, you can also, if you're in social media, you can also rely on ChatGPT. It's been helping me create some script for my content. So I wanted to, um, okay, let's continue with it. Social struggle. Then there is the course outside the body, society. A world that praises women for being beautiful but punishes them for aging. A world that demands women be mothers, yet criticizes that if they lose themselves in motherhood. Seems a little bit um, hanging there. It's incomplete, I think. A world that expects women to work like they don't have children and mother like they don't have jobs. That's true. Even in freedom, there are chains, glass ceilings at work, gender roles at home, harassment on the street, judgment at every step. So, yes, sometimes it feels like women are cursed by biology, by society, by double standards that never seem to end. Forgive my tongue, not the English native speaker. But here's the twist: what the word calls a curse, a woman has turned into resilience. Yes, that's true though. There is that trade off, no? It's hard, but it becomes made us really resilient every month, every childbirth, every unfair expectation. Women rise. What doesn't break them shapes them into something stronger, sharper, and shakeable. So maybe the course of a woman is not just suffering. Maybe it's the fire that forges strength, compassion, and endurance. And maybe the real course is in a world that still refuses to see that. So that's nice, actually. ChatGPT is very, very talented. So I also asked ChatGPT to make a poetic version. So it says, "A curse of womanhood. They say women are blessed, but tell me, why does blessing taste like blood? Month after month, a red a red reminder carved into the body. Why does blessing feel like a womb that carry life, yet nearly breaks under the weight of it? A body that labors, screams, tears, while the word calls it beautiful pain. They say women are lucky, but tell me, why does luck come with rules? Be soft but not too weak. Be strong but not too loud. Be beautiful but don't tempt. Be pure but don't be cold. Our biology binds us. Our society blinds us. Double chains, inside and out. The curse is heavy. It is glass ceilings overhead and cracked floors underfoot. It is eyes that follows us at night and mouths to silence at the dawn. But here is a secret. What they call a curse, we have spun into survival, into resilience, into fire that will not be extinguished. We bleed, but we rise. We ache, but we create. We break, but we rebuild. And maybe the course is not on us at all. Maybe the course is in a world that refuses to see. The power hidden in our pain, the thunder beneath our silence, the storm inside our skin. So call it curse, call it blessing, call it what you will, but know this. A woman carries both and still she carries on. Oh, in fairness, ChatGPT, this is very nicely written. I did not write it. I just gave the initial idea. It's ChatGPT, so the author. But this is really, really nice one. I'm not sure where ChatGPT got it. There's also a funny version though, the Curse of Womanhood. This is the funny script. People say women are blessed, but honestly, sometimes it feels like we get a short end of the cosmic stick. Like, congratulations, you're a woman. Here's your starter pack. Monthly blood loss. Random crowns that feels like your uterus is auditioning for Mortal Kombat. And oh, by the way, childbirth is basically shoving a watermelon through a keyhole. Blessed, totally blessed. Meanwhile, men are like, I grew a beard once. It was hard. And don't even get me started on society. If you're single, when are you getting married? If you're married, when are you having kids? If you have kids, why don't you think you should lose that baby weight? Like, thanks, Susan. Maybe you mind your own business if I throw this labor bag at you. This phrase here is like I have experienced this. Being a Filipina growing up when no boyfriend yet, not married yet, when is the next kid coming, okay, etc, etc. And let's continue through the funny version. And fashion, fashion is a joke. Women's jeans, zero buckets, so true though, especially cheap ones. Means men's jeans can fit a laptop, 2 sandwiches, and a small dog. I think that's over exaggerating. We get purses because apparently God said your hips will carry the weight of humanity, but your bones would carry your phone. That's true. iPhone so big right now. All the phones right now are big. And Pierce, don't you love how men call it the time of the month? Yeah. No, Jeff, it's not that time. It's the Hunger Games, and my uterus is got this everything with a bow. But here's the wild thing. We see around the world. We bleed, we cry, we multiply like Wi-Fi routers. And somehow society has the audacity to ask, why are you so emotional? Because, Brad, because of course, there's just so many things happening all at once. There's so many expectations, and if you're not doing it, no one's gonna do it. So, of course, we are angry. Of course, we are. Of course, we are. You know, um, irritated. Yeah, almost all the time, especially when you're 44. Naya, I think we are at the end of this live. It's getting too long, and this is the first time that I have picked a topic to have this live, and this will be posted in my YouTube channel, Mama G, Artifacty Mama G. So if you like this content, please, 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 please comment. Let me know. Let me know that you're there someday. Hopefully, um, the how do you call it? The algorithm will reach the right people on this topic because it's very interesting. um yeah. What is this? One. Okay. That's it. Bye bye and ciao ciao.